I really struggled internally on whether or not to even speak about this because I'm tired. And I feel like I've learned that it's not my job to correct everybody. Like, I can only focus on correcting myself, right? So a lot of the energy that I used to exert speaking on everything, I just ain't got that now. So I really struggle with whether or not to talk about this. But I feel like with this particular issue, I don't think healing is going to happen unless the uncomfortable conversations are had. So here's my contribution to the conversation. I really believe that it is harmful for women to, people in general, to feel comfortable speaking about lived experiences that are not their own, right? So let me start with that. Like, for instance, I often hear how harmful it is, how harmful it can be for cis women to speak about trans women and their lived experience, because it's not our lived experience as cis women, right? So I'm confused on why that is not reciprocal. Like, I am truly struggling in my spirit to understand why we're having conversations about our bleeding pussies. Like, why? And why was the conversation started and framed in a way that completely erases trans men? Because I'm fully aware that cis women aren't the only people who have periods. But I'm struggling to understand what that has to do with trans women. And I'm even more deeply struggling to understand why it's okay for some women to talk about lived experiences that are not theirs when it's not okay for other women to do it. Like, what are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? And respectfully, I'm not talking to white people in this post. I'm not talking to white cis women or white trans women, because whiteness is different. And the perceived supremacy of whiteness is partially how the fuck we got here. So I'm not talking to y'all. But as a collective of black women, I really want for us to come to terms with and make our peace with the fact that our lived experiences are different. And that's okay. Additionally, we need to recognize that it's harmful when we talking out loud without grace about lived experiences that are not our own. Like, cis women can't be talking about what's between a trans woman's legs, and trans women don't need to be fucking talking about what's bleeding between ours. How about that? And let me also say this, as a woman who has spent the past couple of years healing from a hysterectomy surgery, so I don't have a uterus anymore, I don't have a cervix anymore, I'm basically missing half of the body organs that make me biologically female. I understand on a spiritual level that body parts don't make you a woman, okay? So black women, let's all do better. Huh? Love y'all.